there's some really interesting rumors regarding Howl-O-Scream this year, so much so that it piqued my interest in wanting to talk about it. Hello friends, it's been a while since we've talked about Howl-O-Scream on the channel, but there's some rumors going around lately for this year that have gotten stronger and stronger as the season of speculation and announcements have gone on, that really piqued my interest, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because it's something that I've been really wanting for the parks for a very, very long time, and it seems like this is the year that it's going to happen with how strong some of these rumors are. And I really wanted to get into it because it's very exciting, and I also wanted to get your thoughts on it. Now, this main rumor is that Howl-O-Scream as a whole, and by that I mean not just Tampa, but I think all of the parks, I'm not 100% sure, but the three strongest rumors, or I guess strongest parks, are Tampa, Orlando, and Williamsburg, are all going to be getting an IP this year. And in case you don't know what IP means, it means intellectual property. So if you think of Horror Nights, that's like all of your Halloweens, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Stranger Things, all of the properties that are licensed by other companies. Now obviously Howl-O-Scream isn't really known for that. Everything they do is always original. They've never really done an IP. And it's one thing that I think the park has really struggled with, and I think could benefit from. It's something that I've been wishing the parks would do for a very, very long time, and it's something that I think is very, very, very long overdue. I think they need to do it to really push the event, to make the event better, get more guests in the park, make more money so that we can continue to have a better event, more houses and scare zones and so on. And I think that might be the year for this. And not only are these, rumors going around, but the rumors of what these IPs are going to be are also out there. Now, I'm not going to speak on what those IPs are for Tampa and Orlando and Williamsburg, only because when those things are out, they're out there. If you wanted to find them, you can do your research. It's not that hard. You can, if you look good enough, you'll find it. But when you talk about these kinds of things, it does run a risk of the IPs potentially pulling out. We've seen that issue with Halloween Horror Nights before, where speculation has resulted in IPs pulling out, and we've had to get something new to replace them before. So I'm not going to mention what they are, but it does seem like Tampa and Orlando and Williamsburg are all going to be getting IPs, all separate IPs as well, meaning more than one. It's not going to be the same IP for all three, which is even more exciting, and it seems like things are going in a very good direction towards that actually happening. And as I mentioned, this is something that I think the parks can benefit from, especially Tampa and Orlando being so close to Horror Nights and them having that competition there. It's always been a struggle. And there's so many IPs that Howl-O-Scream could pull from that Horror Nights doesn't do. I mean, there's IPs with movies, there's IPs with video games, which I think honestly that would be the route that they should go, is the IP route towards video games, because not many people are doing that. And there's so much potential that you can pull from. There's so many games out there. Dead by Daylight, Outlast, the Until Dawn, all of the Dark Pictures anthology series, all of that would be incredible. And honestly, the thought of HOS having an IP is extremely exciting. It makes me excited to go again, because to be honest with you, if you guys have been around for a while, you know that we've done a lot of content for HOS in the past, vlogs. I've taped, photography. If you guys follow me on my Instagram handle, but this was going to be the first year that I was most likely not going to be going to the event, just due to the fact that it's been a lot of the same things over and over again. Although, and I speak for Tampa right now, but Tampa's doing a really, really good job with the quality of their houses. Although they only do like one new house a year, it seems to be, the common trend where we only get one new house a year. The house that they bring is very, very good, high quality, great scares. You can tell they put a lot of love into it. But it's unfortunately for me, it's not always enough to get me to want to go back. And this was going to be one of those years where I don't think I was going to go until I've heard of the rumors of IPs happening, which really excites me. And if that is the case, I do foresee myself going more than once. Now, who's to say that these rumors are actually true? This could just be a rumor that really just ran away and it's just kind of gained traction. But there are more than just one person talking about it. It does seem like it's been talked about by some pretty big people in the community of the theme park world and content creators. So usually when that happens, that tends to be a pretty good giveaway that what we're going to be getting is actually happening. It's not always the case, but you know, it's I think more likely than not, to be honest. But that leads me to this. How do you guys feel about an IP or IPs potentially coming to Howl-O-Scream? Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Does it excite you? Does it make you want to go to the event? What IPs would you like to see if that is the case, if you do want to see IPs? Because there's so many options. There's just so many options. So I would love to know what you guys think about all of that. Now, before I go, I do want to mention what has been already announced for Tampa and Orlando. There really hasn't been much for Tampa, unfortunately, but I'm sure we'll get there, at least as of me filming this. Who knows what's going to be out by the time this gets posted. There might be something new, but as of right now, the only thing that has been announced, which I guess technically isn't really been announced, it's more of been a tease, but it's pretty much all but confirmed. And it is kind of confirmed based off of another thing that I'll get into, but it's the return of Fiends for Tampa. Fiends has not been at the event since 2023, I believe. I think a couple years before the 25th anniversary. Fiends is a very popular show. It's my favorite theme park show. I was very, very sad that they did not bring it back for the last few years, and I'm very, very happy that it is back. I hope it stays back for a very, very long time. I know some people are usually 50-50 with the show. I think it's a great show. It's nice to have some sort of, you know, pop culture comedy show in the theme park world, because we don't really get that anymore. We've lost Bill and Ted. I think Knott's still has the hanging show. I think they brought that back, but that was also gone for a while too, which was also like a pop culture comedy show, and it's nice to have that kind of stuff back. I'm very, very excited for it. And although they did not say that Fiends is officially returning, it just is like they posted a promo or a little picture that says the doctor will see you now, and on the website it also says that the doctor is back. It can literally only mean one thing, but also they are doing auditions for male nurses currently at the time of me recording this for the Fiends show. So that's also a complete dead giveaway. So if anyone's worried that the show was not happening and it was something else, don't worry, it's the show. The only other thing that would be interesting to think about is whether or not that show is going to be in Gwazi Field, Stanleyville Theater, or Dragonfire. If it's in Gwazi Field, technically that means we lose a house, which I hope is not the case, but it could be, because if they are doing an IP, who knows, if they had to, you know, save some budget for the big IP and get rid of a house to help pay for that. I hope that's not the case. Please don't do that, but you never know. Then you have Stanleyville Theater, which I don't think would fit with how big the show is. I don't think it's a good spot for Fiends, but also Circuit Scream. I still think they have a contract with them for at least another year, so I don't see that happening, which means I think it's most likely going to be in Dragonfire replacing The Reckoning, which thank God, because I hate to break it to you if anyone from Tampa's listening, I'm sorry, but the show was not good. So I hopefully that's no longer there. And for Orlando, we'll go ahead and get into that really quick, kind of just run through all this stuff really fast. For Orlando, it's actually pretty interesting. They are doing pretty much all brand new houses with the exception of one. So we're getting 4 all new houses and 1 returning house. The new house that has been announced is called Everything Must Stay. I won't get into the description or anything. I'll just throw it up on the screen. You guys can pause and read if you'd like. We're getting 6 scare zones, 2 returning and 4 all new. The 2 returning ones are Woodrot Hollow, Trailer Park Tragedy, and the brand new one is called Just One More Chapter, which I do recommend you guys pausing to read this because this seems really cool. I'm very excited for this. That also means my beloved Bloodlight District is gone, which I'm very sad about. So if anyone from Orlando is listening, please bring that back in some capacity. I beg of you. It was amazing. Very sad. All new interactive bars. There's 5 of them, completely brand new. And then 2 shows are on the website. However, I was doing another show that I do, and when I was talking about this recently, there were 3 shows on the website, but now it's only showing 2. Those 2 that are showing is called Throttle, and of course Monster Stomp, which has been the same show every single year, and I do hope that that has changed. I don't know about last year because I did not go, but if it does come back, please change it up in some way. And then the 3rd show was the Hell's a Poppin' show. The last time I looked, it was on here. It is not on here anymore, so I don't know what that means. Take it as you will. It means maybe they put it up too soon, or maybe something happened and they're no longer showing up. Who knows? But I'm also interested to see what IP, possibly, if true, SeaWorld Orlando gets, because it could be cool if they do something sea themed, maybe, in some way, because they don't really do that anymore with the sirens. So who knows? Maybe that's how they'll go back to their sea theme stuff, is with an IP. That'd be kind of cool. There's also some really interesting sea theme, maybe some kind of shark house. Not saying Jaws, because Universal, obviously it's not going to happen, but there's other shark movies. So that was just a quick rundown of some of the rumors surrounding Howl-O-Scream this year and some of the announcements. Let me know what you guys think of the announcements already for Howl-O-Scream, Tampa, and Orlando. I don't know much about Williamsburg, so I tend to stay away from a lot of that, but Destination Geek and Edutainment are great content creators for Williamsburg, so if you would like to know anything about that, definitely go check them out. And yeah, let me know if you guys like the idea of IPs for Howl-O-Scream, and if so, what IPs would you like to see? If you have watched this long, thank you very much. It's been a while since I've actually sat down in front of a camera and talked to you guys. So thank you for watching. If you watched this far, feel free to bug me in the comments. And who knows, maybe I'll see you guys again soon. Only time will tell.